Yo, what's good, everybody?
What's going on, bro?
What's up?
Hope
What's
everybody's having a
up?
good night. Today we got my
Definitely.
boy Cody in here. He's Mr. Pixel now. That's something I
Yes.
was very surprised to see. And of course, we got Delvine Digital in here.
The
What's good,
actual
Delvine?
Mixed Pixel.
I'm dead.
It was good. It was good.
You already know what it is. This is the Trusted Tech Podcast. This is our first live stream, and definitely had to open it up with Cody because I think he's just a great communicator anyway. So I definitely feel like we're gonna have a dope
Appreciate that.
conversation tonight. Um, so yeah, tell us a little about yourself. Like what are you doing right now? I know you're making music. Let us know if you have any projects pending or how's music going.
So, I'm an artist from Belleville, Illinois, originally. In St. Louis, currently, I am working on some projects right now. I'm just really taking my time with things, and along with the music, I've also been blessed to be put through tribulations, to go through a personal journey. I'm really hoping these coming projects kind of reflect the growth in all.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yes, it's just really dope to see like how that transition will be, like especially as a creator. I know you're like really
Yeah,
heavy on social media and all that, so yeah, I'm really interested to see what that will be like. We're gonna get in that later in the conversation, but first, I know you've been very successful at your job that you've had now. Just tell us about like the transition since you got there. How long have you been there now?
yeah. So I for business. I went to school for a few different things, but finally settled on business or anything of that nature.
Mhm.
So just kind of work. I don't want to say little fast cash jobs, and finally got into finances, and that job. Um, Playing sports my whole life, I think, kind of made me, and I had to think, you know, what can I do every day that keep that fire going, and that I'm actually going to enjoy doing. So I
Mhm.
got into sales, just at AT&T. Um, just kind of knocked the now in management, and hoping to just continue growing with the company.
That's what's up. So, tell us about. I know you've like tweeted something about this. Tell us about the growth of your company since you and your group of people showed up at AT&T. Just like the numbers and statistics that have happened
Yeah.
since you showed up.
So yeah, we've done our thing there, man. I mean, but we're bottom barrel, and I mean, you know, top in the district. I myself have enjoyed success, being number one, number two, three in the district, even. So yeah, man. I mean, we've really turned it around.
That's
And
what's up.
that's just a team effort. I don't want to take the credit for anything.
Yeah, but we could tell like you're part of it for sure. Just because that's like the group that went in, and that's when the numbers got better. So,
Yeah,
yeah, we appreciate the service you're
yeah. We've
doing
been
over
we've been
there.
doing our thing, man. It's nice to see the fruit of the labors pay off.
I got you, Devon. You have any questions about that? Just his experience at AT&T and everything.
Like what kind of discounts y'all get? That's what's
Uh,
important.
it's
Right.
a nice discount, man. The employees, we get services,
Mhm.
um, and we can plug. You're gonna have to hit me up after here, and we can discuss
Got
some
you.
things.
Man, I
Got
As
feel
you.
long
you.
as you got the AT&T, man.
I feel you. Do you think you would have made like a major switch? Because it's a big switch. Do you think you would have made this switch if you weren't working at AT&T? Is Android
Um,
something you were curious about before, or did being around
Honestly,
phones just open up your mind a lot?
probably not really. I
Okay.
mean, to be totally honest, I think I was such a Apple phones, and their ecosystem is top notch, and da da da. But just really opened my eyes to, there are options on obviously what you do with your phone.
Yeah.
And, I mean, as it's pros, but it's definitely not cracked out to be what society makes it to be.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. So,
So,
go for it,
oh,
Dylan.
I got a question. So, what triggered it for you? Like, let me put this iPhone down and try something new. Like, what really triggered that for you?
Yeah, I think, well, one, when I saw the leaks of the Pro, I was like, this phone is like some outer space, a dope design, and like a new design that I haven't seen
Yeah.
before. With
Mhm.
especially with the camera hub. Looking at the iPhone 14 family, I was really like, do I really want to pay another $100 for literally the same phone?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So the actual Pixel 7 in my hands, the demo, I was like, wow. You know, someone said it best. They said the Pixel Live, like it's an alive phone, and I think once I started to play with it, I was like,
Mhm.
this is an alive phone. It's very smooth.
Yeah.
And then deep diving the watch, I got the watch and the buds. I pretty
Okay.
much have
Oh,
the
wow.
whole. Once I really started, you know, seeing the Google rep came into my job and
Mhm.
demoed the watch and the phone to me, and I was like,
Mhm.
let's do it.
Yeah. That's what's up, bro.
Okay.
So you put out a tweet. That's what like really made me want to interview you. You put out that tweet that basically said you don't want to spend another $1,100 on the iPhones because they've been releasing the same phone for the
Correct.
past 3 years, pretty much. Just tell us more
Hmm.
about like your thoughts on that. Like,
Yeah.
does that get as an Apple user? Does that like get frustrating? How long have you actually like been using Apple products?
Wow. I probably had the iPhone. What was whatever the first iPhone was,
Mhm.
G or 3G or whatever, and I thought the progressions they were making were phenomenal. And then you said like the last three models, I was
Yeah.
kind of like paying for it. In reality, what am I really doing? Is it that I actually enjoy the system that it comes with, or is it just I'm so using a just a person who's using it for the brand because it's Apple.
Right. Yeah. I see what you're
So
saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
really looking into the 14 Pro Max, big like Pro Max person. I usually don't get the standard models. There
Mhm.
wasn't much difference other than maybe the dynamic island. You're wrong. That's a cool feature, but I don't want to pay $1,300 for a dynamic island. Way
Yeah, that's fair.
to view your notifications and crash detection. Like it didn't make sense to continue upgrading with Apple
Mhm.
when I'm not upgrading.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Um,
I I get that, man. The thing about Apple that I have a lot of conversations with people is that their consistency is their gift and their curse at the same time because being
yeah.
consistent is a good thing, and you want that from any company. But at the same time, they're too consistent where it's the same thing over and over and over and over. And sometimes you get that feeling where you just want a little bit more, especially when you're looking at the competition and the competition is just doing some crazy stuff, and you're like, why can't I get that on my
Yeah.
phone? Like, what are you doing,
Yeah,
Apple? Like,
right.
but Apple each year they just play it safe with the consistency. So, you're not the only one that switched over this year. I've seen a lot of iPhone users who switched over. They was like, you know what, I'm
Yep.
gonna try the new Pixel because of this and this and that to the third. And so far, some of them reported back to me about their experience, and they've been having a good experience with it, just like you have. And they have no regrets right now. So I get
Yeah.
why you feel this way.
And I do want to ask, how has it been like just like customers coming in the store and looking at Pixels, how's that experience been? Because previous, I'd say, like, most customers just come in, they're either looking for the cheapest iPhone, the cheapest Galaxy, or the cheapest phone in general. Now we have Google coming in, like, with a whole new type of product. How has that been, like, as a, worker at AT&T?
It's an easy sale. Um, I
Mhm,
really kind of deep dive. And having one too, I can showcase it now. So I think a lot of people who, you know, and or don't even know about the Pixel,
mhm,
which people who are looking for a really good phone for because the Pro is $899 retail, I believe. The
yeah,
Pixel 7 Pro, so they save a little money there, but just showing them the features phone, which is a, a thing of a good salesman wanting an iPhone. I show them, hey, I know you like this, and this, but look at this. Difference of per se commission or anything like that.
mhm,
That's just like a maximize this customer's experience to give them a phenomenal phone they
right.
truly need for
I see what you're
what
saying.
they do. So
Yep.
I do got a question though about that.
yeah.
Somebody said this about carriers, right? They said that carriers are kind of like trained to, you know, go straight to Apple when a customer comes in when they're looking for a phone. Is that true? Is that the phone that you're supposed to recommend
Mm,
first, or are you supposed to get information from them first?
you know, I'm gonna put you guys onto a little negative. For me as a salesman, right? I want to maximize the customer's experience. So there's no added like incentive to sell Apple. There's incentive to sell Motorola, Google, and Samsung.
Mhm,
You know, there are people who really want to push Apple first. I mean, you know what you're getting with Apple every time, but
Uh-huh.
um, is pressure or behind the door, um, voice from a higher up Apple, not necessarily.
okay.
And
Yeah, that's
that's
a
with
good
us at least
question.
with AT&T Mobile, whoever might be different, but with us, it's definitely just we do to maximize customer experience to keep them
I
Gotcha.
at
got you, I got
AT&T.
you. Mhm, yeah, right, right. Yeah, that's the main thing there. So how deep into the Apple ecosystem were you, like, before you picked up the Pixel?
Oh man, I had the watch, the 13 Pro Max. I've had the AirPods. I- I'm trying to think what else. I mean, really, like having Apple, I started to have a smartphone. I've ventured around with literally everything with music. Um, so I've had a pretty good fair share of Apple.
I got you, I
Okay.
got you.
So is there anything right now that's a hard transition for you moving from an iPhone to the Pixel?
Mm,
Good question. Honestly, the only real thing is Apple users are like, man, green text. Da, 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 da.
how did I know?
You know, even my
Facts.
DM at work was like, oh man, we had to start another group chat. 'Cause of course, text, but it's all a lot of fun. But really, the only tough transition would be knowing that I can so much on that phone. Like I still probably haven't went through percent of that phone.
Mhm.
Um, but not having true face. They have which is now called Me
Duo. Yeah,
Duo.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean suffices, but um, my parents live in Florida. Brainstorm ways to be able to chat, video chat, be face to face. But really, that it's been such a painless transition. It's been so smooth. I'm really truly, now an advocate of Google and Android in general.
Oh,
That's
that's
what's up.
nice. All right.
That's what's up. Um, so do you see like any tools that you think you'll use for creation? Um, again, you're an artist,
Uh,
so like from that transition to from iPhone to Android, a lot of people consider the iPhone just like the creator's phone. Do you see like any good tools or anything in Android that you would find useful?
yeah, I mean, as far as the music it goes itself, like the audio, um, I never really used Apple for that.
Mhm.
And everything like that have used MacBooks, but I've also been with producers that have used any other computer OS you can
Yeah,
think of. But as far as like I make my own graphics, like my own like album covers, single covers.
okay,
Uh, so Google's editing, their aspect of editing, see a lot of cool aspects I can use. They unblur the motion lens,
yeah,
um, the magic eraser. Now I can do a little more with, and not have to use necessarily like a third party app. I can literally just
yeah,
use it in my phone, which is really
Gotcha.
that's dope.
cool.
Yeah, that's dope to think about. Have you been able to compare cameras yet on your 13 Pro Max versus your Pixel?
I have um,
And what are
selfie
your thoughts
camera.
so far?
I think honestly, I think the selfie camera on my better. I think it's a lot better. That's just my
Mm,
opinion. Thing is
mhm.
phenomenal. They have the same features that Apple has, the portrait, the center, and really, like I stepped into it like quality of camera,
Mhm.
from Apple, because Apple, they portray this image of like, you have a freaking icon on your phone.
Right.
That's so
The
true.
Pro Max has a phenomenal camera. I'm not gonna downplay that, but the first picture I took on my Pixel was using night mode, and I was like, "What is night mode?" And I literally put it in night mode and just press it and let it did its thing. And I mean, the photo turned out like dude, super uh, phenomenal. I've yet to use like the high resolution, like the zoom in,
Hmm.
but I'm the macro lens. But I'm super excited to try that out. I'm just trying to like of what I can take. But now it's fall time, so I'm ready to take a lot of cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I look, since we're on the photography part, and this is like my thing, right? One thing, being a tech guy, like like me, just me being a tech guy in general, I always had
Mm,
an iPhone. I always loved iPhone cameras. I thought they were the best on the market at one point, a long time ago. Not now at this point. And the minute that I got a Pixel for the first time and I used it, and I was just so blown away by the image quality that Google was actually giving us, it made me just want to walk around and take
yeah,
pictures of random stuff. Like it's really good. And like the Pixel 7 Pro today now is I still have that same exact feeling. When I pull my phone out of my pocket, 90% of the time I'm thinking like, what can I take a picture of? What can I do with this phone? It's like it's like you want to do something smart on this phone because you know it can. And that's just one of those
yeah,
assets of it. So I get what you mean, man. Like you be blown away by it, but don't, it's a camera phone, so don't think that it's going to hit every time. Sometimes it's going to make mistakes. It's
bingo.
going to process it wrong, and you just got to take another photo. And that's any phone. But I'm glad you're enjoying the camera. A lot of, the camera is like one of the biggest things of the Pixel, but I guess not anymore because the AI is like taking over right now. I feel like
Yeah,
part of the reason why you wanted to switch in the first place too, as well, is what Apple is lacking in doing and what Google is actually doing with AI. Because
Yep.
being able to have like these features that they do have, as far as like on hold, direct my call, and the live transcriptions and all of that stuff like that, that is, you can't get that nowhere else right now, literally. So
Yep.
yeah, and even
Yeah,
just
that's very true.
playing around with just everything of it and being there. Sometimes you got to give your I got to get my personal number out, and I don't really like doing that, but whatever have you. But the automatic screen calling was super feature. Like you said, the on hold was super cool. Me that it's not, on hold anymore. Like those, who thinks of this stuff? Like those are like, wow, I didn't even think I needed that until
you
you have
used it.
it, and then you're like, wow, okay, yeah, Apple at all, super dope.
Yeah. I agree with that, man. It's one of the things that keeps me on the Pixel. Like, you know how people have their little things about Apple that keeps them locked in. You can say like iMessage and FaceTime and stuff like that. This is what Google provides for me that keeps me locked into them. I was like Samsung for a long time, and then I switched over to the Pixel 6, and I was just so blown away by all the AI features and everything. And then I was like, you know what, Samsung, I gotta put you away, bro. Like you're Android, but you're not doing what Google's doing. So I had to put you away. So yeah, it's convenient. It's like you said, you didn't know that you needed it until you actually used it. Because I'm like, on hold for me, why would I want to do that? But then when I used it, the convenience of it is insanely crazy. Even the menu stuff come up where the numbers and shows you it has the text already written there for you to select hit pound 1, hit pound 2, or pound 3. All of that. That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so it looks like they're saying Cody has an audio issue, so I'm gonna restart. Is that okay, guys? I just want to make sure that's okay with you guys.
Yeah. All right. So everybody that's watching the stream right now, he's gonna restart. So just pop right back in. He's gonna try to fix the audio.
Okay, thank you.
See you in a minute.